At 2:50, we will be in Wildcat Pause. You need to make sure that you are in your supervised area.
Okay, so this is the circuit we did today in class, which is a great review for your test tomorrow. So I wanted to go ahead and make sure that everyone had a chance to see every question and that everybody's questions were answered. So here, this question, given f of x equals 3.5 parentheses x plus 2, find f of negative 2 and f of x equals 24.5. Anytime they give you a function, put it in your calculator. Every single time. So I'm going to go to y equals, and I am going to type in 3.5 parentheses x plus 2, and I'm going to go to my table. I know that this, because it is in parentheses, is an x value. So I am looking on the table for where we have negative 2 and what it matches up with. So looking at the table, negative 2 matches up with 0. That is your answer. Now, maybe you're at home and you don't have a calculator. We can do it by hand. We can substitute negative 2 in for x. So f of x equals, we have 3.5. Instead of x, we're going to put negative 2 plus 2. So according to PEMDAS, parentheses first, so that equals 0. So 3.5 times 0. And anything times 0 is 0. So that's the same answer I got in my calculator when I did it by hand. Okay, here. This time it's not in parentheses, it's outside of parentheses. So this is your y value. So you can still look on the table and see, where do we see 24.5 in that y column right here? It's right here, and it matches up. So we see 24.5 right here with 5. So that is your answer. Again, maybe you want to do it by hand. So we know it equals 24.5. So this function equals, so 3.5 parentheses x plus 2 equals 24.5. Okay, I've done problems like this. This is just solving an equation. We're going to distribute. So 3.5x plus 7 equals 24.5. Get rid of the 7 by subtracting 7. So 3.5x, the 7's are gone, equals, and you can take 24.5 minus 7, which is 17.5. And the final step is divide both sides by 3.5. So divide by 3.5. So x equals 5. And that is exactly what I got right over here. Okay, so answers are 0 and 5. So that takes me to here. Jamie is buying a bell pepper for 33 cents each. This can be modeled by the equation y equals 0.33x. What would be the range if you bought 3, 6, or 9 bell peppers? They gave us a function. Anytime they give us a function, put it in your calculator. And they're saying, what would be the range? Range means y, so they want to know the range if you bought 3, 6, and 9. So this is what they're asking for. They're asking for the y if you bought 3, 6, and 9. So let's plug our equation in our calculator. Like I said, we always do, 0.33x. And looking to see what matches. 3 matches 0.99. 6 matches 1.98. And 9 matches 2.97. So my answer is D. Way to go. we'll come back and do D in a moment because I can't find it. Here, I'll just go grab one off the wall. Hold on. Okay, so D. Find the domain and range of the graph below. So domain. Okay, so we're finding domain and range. So domain means X, and we're talking left to right. So for this one, since it is continuous, anytime it is connected, you have to have these inequality symbols. This less than sign. And remember, less than, you make an L, because it's less than, that's your symbol. So here, domain, left to right. The far left side is here at -3. So, domain, -3. I didn't put the line underneath because this is an open circle. And the far right side is here at 1. Here, I did put the line underneath because this is a closed circle, and that point is included. Range, which means our Y values, is bottom to top. So for a range, our bottom, the very bottom of the graph is down here at -4. This point, there is one here, there is one here. It's not open. There's a point there. The top, you're looking for it hits the Y. Right here, it's hitting the Y, where our border is hitting the Y, right here at 0. That's the height of it. Now, I am going to put the line underneath, because even though this one's open, so there's not a point here, there is a point right here, so it's closed. So domain, left to right, range, bottom to top. So just be thinking, left to right, bottom to top. Left to right, bottom to top. Get it stuck in your head, it'll help. So I need to find, here it is, which of the following represents a function. To tell if it's a function, X cannot repeat. You broke up with them for a reason. Do not redate your X's. Don't repeat them. X cannot repeat. We also have the vertical line test. So when I'm taking my vertical line and running these across, I touch once, I touch once, I touch once, I touch once, I touch once. Here, I'm already touching more than once, so this one is not a function. Here, if I write each of these as a point, this is 2, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 9, 1. Did my X's repeat? No. This is a function. Okay, here, vertical line test. If I draw a straight line down, I'm touching more than once. Draw a straight line down, touching more than once. And here, our X's are repeating, so not a function. So your answers are A and C. Ooh, the fun one. Okay, you are solving for Y. We have our steps. First step, isolate. We are solving for Y, so we're going to circle this Y variable. Second step, other side. We need to move whatever else is over here to the other side. So to move a 5x, you have to subtract 5x. If you do it to this side, you do it to this side. Now our third step tells us you write them side by side. That's why I wrote this -6 and this -5x side by side. We cannot combine them. This is a constant, this is an x term. So those are gone. So -2y equals -6 minus 5x. And our final step is divide. I want to get this y by itself. So to get rid of that -2, I divide every single thing by -2. Those equal 1, so they're gone. Y equals, a negative and a negative is a positive 3. Negative and a negative is a positive. 5 over 2 doesn't reduce, so I'm just going to leave it 5 over 2x. Okay, bonus question, what's the slope? 5/2. Whatever is in front of the x. So we need y equals 3 plus 5/2 x. Is this it? Is 5/2 x plus 3 the same thing? Yes, it is. Okay, so we solved this one. We have parentheses. I have to distribute. 5x plus 2 less than. When I distribute this, I get 8x minus 16. And I still have that plus 24. We need to combine our like terms. So 5x plus 2 less than 8x. These combine to give me a positive 8. You can't have x's on both sides. You can get rid of either one. So I'm going to minus 8x minus 8x. So negative 3x plus 2 is less than, those are gone, 8. I'm going to pull this over here. Negative 3x plus 2 less than 8. Okay? So we want to get the x by itself, so I'm going to minus 2, minus 2. Those cancel out. So negative 3x is less than 6. To get rid of your coefficient, you divide by negative 3. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. You have to flip the inequality when you divide by a negative. So we divided by a negative 3, so it's no longer less than, now it's greater than. 6 divided by negative 3 is a negative 2. If I was to graph this, it would be an open circle. And look to see, what way is the arrow pointing? If x is on this side, you can do that. It's pointing to the right. There we go. So we need either that graph or that solution. Here it is. Okay, solve and graph your solution to the following question. Alex is renting a van to move this weekend. The cost of renting the van is $75 plus $125 per mile. Anytime you see per or each or every, you put an X. When he returned the van to the moving company, his bill was less than $165. What is the furthest distance that he could have driven? So we need to solve for x. Minus 75, minus 75. So 1.25x is less than 90. Divide by 1.25. X is less than 72. So again, if I'm graphing it, this is an open circle at 72 because it does not have the line underneath. The x is on the left side, so my arrow is going to be pointing this way. Perfect. So let's see, I think I saw that as a graph. Brandy went to the candy store to buy candy for her friend's party. Each, magic word, package of candy cost $2.25. So my equation is y equals 2.25x. Brandy estimates that there will be between 12 and 18 people. Guys, are people discrete or continuous? Do you count them or do you measure them? Okay, you count people. So this is discrete, or I guess I should write it discrete. So we are going to be using those fun little bracket things. the domain, between 12 and 18 people. So there could be 12 people, there could be 13, there could be 14, there could be 15, could be 16, there could be 17, there could be 18. For the range, we need to find the y values that match up. So I'm going to plug this in my calculator. 2.25x. And what matches up with 12? 27. Then 29.25. 31.5. 33.75. 36. 38.25. 40.5. And that's your answer. You could eliminate answer choices if they had any of them with the continuous signs. This means continuous. People are discrete. There it is. Solve the equation for W. Guys, if you want to do this in your calculator, this side y1, this side y2, you can. Okay? You can type in 4x minus 6, and in y2 put 18. Where are they the same? At 6. Your work needs to be the table. So they are both equal to 18 at 6. So W equals 6. This will get you credit on the test. So here, yay for decimals. Hold on, let's wait for it to like not be blurry anymore. There we go. Okay, so again, if you want to put this in y1 and this in y2, go for it. It saves us time, saves you from making mistakes, as long as you know how to get the answer. 17.3 minus 1.2x minus 9.1, and y2, I'm going to put 2.5x minus 10.3. Here they are. According to my table, at 5, they are both 2.2, so h equals 5. And that's your answer. Last one. Again, if you wanted to do y1, y2, you could. I'm going to make sure I address how to do it for fractions since it's a little bit different. To get rid of fractions, you multiply by the denominator. Every single piece. So our denominator is 3. So if you don't know what 3 times 5/3 is, go to your home screen and type it in. 3 times 5 divided by 3. It's 5. So 5x plus 6 divided by 3 is 18. This would be minus 1x. This equals 6. Combine our like terms. 5 minus 1 is 4x. Move over the 18, minus 18, minus 18. So 4x equals a negative 12. Divide by 4, x equals negative 3. And this should bring us back to our very first problem. Yes, it did. And we're done.